Tell your guys, tell your friends, tell everybody we're expecting blank game week 34 this week. And last week was not beautiful at all.
It was for me,
but it was beautiful for my amiable.
I made like one error going for Gay instead of O'Reilly. It cost me about maybe 7 points more that I was supposed to get. So I mean, it was difficult.
Last week was not big. Even though I got 83 points.
Well, I got 101 points.
101 points.
That's my highest point for this FPL.
101 points. I got 83 points, but it was not up to par because it's not actually up. I dropped from first position to second position, and I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy at all. But the double game week was actually fruitful.
Yeah, it was
fruitful. Especially for people that had
I did not expect Semenyo to blank. If not, I would have sold him and gotten Okafor.
Honestly.
If I knew he was going to blank.
Honestly.
Twice.
So,
Semenyo. But I'm selling him. I gave Semenyo. I said it last week that if Semenyo doesn't produce for me in that double game week, I'm going to let him go. So, I'm sacrificing Semenyo.
Semenyo for who?
Well, I'm bringing in. Who did I even bring in? Let me check my team. Semenyo for Gibbs White.
Morgan Gibbs White, yes, he's on form.
And they are playing Sunderland.
I mean, but Sunderland is at home.
Sunderland is at home, but there are a few matches this coming game week.
Yes, blank game week.
Exactly.
We said it last week. Man City and every other team that played double game week this week.
So
will be blanking.
I need points. Even if Gibbs White give me 3 or 2 points, it's still something because I don't know. And since our competition is starting
this week,
this game with 34, I don't know who I'm going to be playing with. So I need every point I can handle.
No be lie. That's a very strong focal point because you know go good say our game week, our everything football league cup.
I saw starting with this one that you lose. There are few matches.
Yes, you just lose.
Even if it's
from the first
a player that can give you the least 2 points, just get
at least 2 points goes a long way. You
can never know.
Just like me last week now, I had Gabriel and Virgil van Dijk on the bench. Now, João Pedro did not play at all.
That one said.
Then Gabriel was my other alternative on the bench, and he also got 0 points. Like that's why last week was too bad for me. I did been it was Virgil van Dijk that entered. At least I would have gotten 90-something points.
I'm happy. I have Dalu as the keeper for last week. I had Senesi. Those guys actually boosted my points. Senesi, Rogers.
No be lie. But this yesterday game of Leeds and Bournemouth really spoiled everything, and I'm happy. It spoiled everything for all of you.
I was expecting, a 0-0 draw would be okay for me. But Senesi scored actually, and he cancelled the goal.
He scored. He gave an assist.
Yes. Then the goal he scored, he cancelled it. I was so sad.
The clean sheet had to be wiped out, and I was very happy about that.
I would have gotten to like maybe 120 points or 115 at most.
Well, thank God. Not thank God for you because at least but you should have moved up now. You should be like
I'm coming up. I'm not far from 7th anymore.
So far from 7th.
This week would actually because what I've done on my team now, I'm very sure I'm going to move up the table.
So you have already made your transfers this week?
I have.
Alright, let's talk about the blank game week 34 that is about to, start tomorrow, Friday, because we're making this podcast on
starting tomorrow.
Thursday. So it's starting tomorrow, Friday, and it is starting with Sunderland and Nottingham Forest. So you guys know the deadline should be 1 hour before kickoff. So make sure you do your team. Make it not be like say I don't tell you. Make it not be like say our FPL Cup is starting. Make it not be like say I don't tell you. Do your team. But who did you transfer in? Because do you have any free transfers?
I actually have one, so I had to sacrifice 2 other transfers. So I'm
minus 8 points.
Yes.
And you are still this confident.
Hopefully, because I need the player actually. After last week's game and going into this week's game, I have like 3 players that are not going to play.
Yes.
Even when my bench too are not, are already filled up with players that are not playing. So I needed those to do those transfers. And with hope, I removed Semenyo for Gibbs White.
Okay.
Then I removed Senesi for Mukele.
Oh, nice.
Then I removed João Pedro. I sold João Pedro for Bowen.
Wow, you did not get Watkins in your team.
I was contemplating between Watkins or Bowen. But I went for Bowen because on the long run they have easier matches.
Yes.
And they are fighting for relegation with Tottenham. So I think Bowen is going to step up for West Ham, unlike Watkins playing for Aston Villa. My feet be on and off. And their matches, Aston Villa matches are actually tougher. Yes, the last 5 games.
And then again, let's not forget.
I don't want to be wasting transfer.
Yes, let's not forget that. That's why what you are saying is very tricky, because let's not forget that Aston Villa, they are playing Nottingham Forest in the Europa League.
Exactly.
And just the way Nottingham Forest is playing Aston Villa in the Europa League.
Exactly.
So starting from the upper week, from next week, after this week, from next week, I'm pretty sure they are going to bench a lot of players.
Exactly.
Depending on the outcome of the Europa League match, semi-final for that matter. So both Nottingham Forest,
you have to consider those
Aston
things.
Villa.
So that's what I thought about and say, let me just go for Bowen.
And even
Bowen is on form
Champions
now,
League too.
So I think he has been giving West Ham that edge.
Yeah. So apart from what you just said, which is a fantastic thing, the players you brought into your team. For me, I've not done my transfer yet, but I'm thinking of weirdly, very weird. I'm thinking of going for Spurs players, honestly, because
I thought about it.
Spurs are Pedro Porro. Then if I'm really crazy, I can go for Xavi Simons, but I'm not sure I'm that crazy. Xavi Simons, but these guys are fighting for relegation and they are playing Wolves.
Yes.
They are playing Wolves.
Wolves
have been relegated, so they don't really have anything to fight for.
At most, you can go for Pedro Porro if you're looking for Tottenham player.
Pedro Porro, Xavi Simons, or Dominic Solanke. As the striker, because this Haaland and everybody that are not playing, really affects.
Aside them, Bowen.
It's only Bowen,
Thiago.
So those are But if you are going for FPL assets this week, this blank game week, I think from defense you can go for Porro, Gabriel, Raya, Virgil van Dijk. In midfield you can go for Bruno Fernandes. On dropping.
I think it's going to be like the highest captain pick of this game. It might be the highest captain.
Honestly, who else do you want to captain this week?
I'm thinking. I'm not decided. I placed it on Bruno, but I change my mind tomorrow.
So you see. So in midfield, you can go for Bruno Fernandes, obviously. You can also have Casemiro, because Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro telepathy. That's a very good choice for differential.
You can have Cunha too.
Differential. You can even have Cunha if you want to. You can have, like I said, Xavi Simons from Spurs, because of
you can have Rogers.
Playing Wolves. You can have Rogers. You can have Morgan Gibbs-White. He's on mad form.
Yeah.
Now, and
you can have
FPL is based on form.
It's based on form.
Not sentiment.
Based on form,
not sentiment. So if you are for strike options, you can have what's it called, Beto for Everton,
Bowen, Thiago,
even Ndiaye.
Thiago is not really on form.
Thiago is not really on form.
You can still maybe go in for Watkins.
So you can still go in for,
if you can afford Watkins.
Yeah, but for me,
Watkins is more expensive than Bowen.
I'll go against Watkins. Why? Because of 12:30 kickoff, it is always dicey. It is never straight. And that's why I want to avoid. And it might be
wrong.
Yes. Watkins don't go score against Fulham, because Fulham has been poor.
Yeah, defensively they've been poor, very poor. I just hope Wilson would produce 1 or 2 for me, because it's my team. And I just let people that are on my team just give me point.
I need to go back to that first position.
I need to go back to that first position. I need to go up. Now, I need to be like, I have just 5 games to win the league, so hopefully.
Never talk about winning the league. Well, before we end today's podcast, this is the number 1 FPL podcast.
You know how we do it
in Nigeria. Yeah,
global.
Before we end this podcast, let's talk about our favorite club, Arsenal. Arsenal has finally dropped in position.
Expected.
Yeah, we said I made a statement at the beginning of this season. I said if Arsenal were leading 9 points to 1 game remaining in the league, I'm going to say Arsenal will lose the league, and it was actually 9 points.
It is expected. I mean, the mentality is not there. I've always said it. They are not that club.
The way they always do your face when you about, I think you pity them. It's not good.
I have pity for them.
Chai.
They are not that close.
Chai.
They need to man up. They don't have that star player.
Where Declan Rice said it's not over. It's not over.
Well, it's over, man. I mean, let him look for. Is either he looks for another club, or he just remains in his second position. Because I'm not sure Arsenal is going to give him any trophy.
And the fact that Arsenal has Atletico Madrid in the Champions League coming up,
that game is gone.
I'm not sure they can see. The thing is, they should focus on the Premier League. I don't even know where they should focus on, because it's like
even they even have higher chances of winning the Premier League than the
Champions League, right?
Yes.
Because in the Champions League, even after, let's say, with miracle they beat ATM, they're going to meet either Bayern or PSG in the finals.
You know why I say they have higher chances? Atletico Madrid didn't carry the cup that they played with
Real Sociedad.
And now they've lost the La Liga already.
Yes.
Because La Liga is between Barcelona
and Madrid. Yeah.
So their only hope of going home with something this season is the Champions League. They will come out all out for that Arsenal team. Arsenal has, like, if they want to divide their hope now to the Premier League and Champions League, so they are playing with somebody that is coming with full force. Yes, this is all we have. Whether I do or die, if you don't play well for La Liga again, they don't even bench.
They don't feel their first 11 anymore in La Liga.
They don't even bench our first. But in this Champions League, we are coming with they have no hope. Let them just leave the Champions League for Atletico and focus on the. I'm telling you, because if they do that and they reach the final, they cannot beat PSG or Bayern.
Okay.
Those two other clubs also don't have what they are playing for
anymore. They have won the league.
Exactly. So their hope should be on just Premier League.
Okay, guys.
Practical enough.
Okay, there you have it. Captain Bruno, Arsenal. We are not seeing you guys doing anything special. So next week, don't forget
like, share, follow,
comment.
Let's know.